What's up guys, today I explain you the entire story of solo leveling.
What if the weakest hunter in the world suddenly gained the power to level up like a video game? Today, we're diving into the complete story of solo leveling and how Sung Jin Woo became humanity's strongest hunter. Introduction. Imagine a world where mysterious portals called gates appear all over the planet. Inside these gates are monsters, dungeons, and deadly creatures that can wipe out entire cities if left unchecked. To fight them, some humans awaken supernatural abilities and become hunters. Sounds awesome, right? Well, not for Sung Jin Woo. At the start of the story, Jin Woo is known as the weakest hunter alive. He's an E-rank hunter, the lowest rank possible. Other hunters can destroy monsters with ease, but Jin Woo struggles to survive even the weakest dungeons. He gets injured constantly. He's mocked by other hunters, and every raid feels like a life or death battle. But despite all of that, he continues hunting because he desperately needs money to support his family. What happens next changes the entire world forever. The Double Dungeon. One day, Jin Woo joins a routine dungeon raid. Everything seems normal until the group discovers a hidden passage. Inside is a mysterious chamber filled with giant statues. At first, it looks harmless. Then the statues start moving, and suddenly the hunters realize they've walked into a nightmare. The giant statue at the front massacres hunters instantly. Lasers shoot from its eyes, statues come alive. People die left and right. The hunters panic. They eventually discover a set of strange rules that must be followed to survive. But even after figuring them out, most of the raid party is killed. To save the remaining survivors, Jin Woo sacrifices himself and stays behind. As the statues close in around him, he believes he is about to die. Then something impossible happens. A mysterious message appears before his eyes. The system, instead of dying, Jin Woo wakes up in a hospital. At first, he thinks it was all a dream. Then floating screens appear in front of him. Quests, levels, stats, rewards. It's like he's inside a video game. Nobody else can see these screens. Only Jin Woo. He has become a player chosen by a mysterious force known as the System. Unlike every other hunter in the world, whose power remains fixed forever, Jin Woo can grow stronger. He can level up. And that changes everything. The beginning of growth. At first, the quests are simple. Exercise, running, push-ups, daily training. But the penalties for failure are brutal. If Jin Woo ignores a quest, the system can send him to a terrifying punishment zone filled with monsters. So he has no choice but to obey. Day after day, he trains. His body becomes stronger. His reflexes improve. His stats increase. For the first time in his life, he feels real power. The weakest hunter in the world is slowly becoming something much more dangerous. The Instant Dungeon. Soon, Jin Woo begins entering special dungeons created by the system. These dungeons exist solely for him. Inside one of them, he faces powerful monsters alone. No teammates, no help, no rescue, just survival. Every victory grants experience. Every battle makes him stronger. And slowly, the impossible starts happening. Hunters who once looked down on him begin noticing that something is changing. The reawakening. In the world of solo leveling, a hunter's rank almost never changes. Once you're assigned a rank, that's it. But Jin Woo's growth becomes impossible to ignore. People suspect he has undergone a rare phenomenon known as reawakening, a second awakening that dramatically increases power. Yet nobody understands the truth. Jin Woo isn't simply stronger. He's evolving endlessly. The Job Change Quest. One of the most important moments in the story arrives when Jin Woo receives a special quest, the Job Change Quest. This challenge pushes him to his limits. He fights wave after wave of powerful enemies. The battle seems endless. Death feels inevitable. But somehow he survives. And at the end, he receives a new class, Shadow Monarch. This is where solo leveling truly begins. The Shadow Army. As the Shadow Monarch, Jin Woo gains an incredible ability. He can extract the shadows of dead enemies and turn them into loyal soldiers. Imagine defeating a powerful monster. Now imagine forcing that monster to fight for you forever. That's exactly what Jin Woo can do. His army grows with every battle. And unlike normal armies, his soldiers never tire, never complain, never betray him. They simply obey. One of Jin Woo's first major shadow soldiers is Igris, a powerful knight clad in crimson armor. Their battle is legendary. At first, Igris completely overwhelms Jin Woo. The fight pushes him beyond his limits, but eventually he wins. After extracting Igris's shadow, he gains one of the strongest followers in the series, and this is only the beginning. Rising through the ranks. As Jin Woo grows stronger, he begins tackling increasingly dangerous dungeons, A-rank gates, S-rank threats, monsters capable of destroying entire countries. The hunter associations around the world start paying attention. Rumors spread. Who is Sung Jin Woo? How is he becoming so powerful so quickly? Nobody has answers. The Demon Castle. One of Jin Woo's biggest challenges is the Demon Castle, a massive tower filled with deadly enemies. Floor after floor, battle after battle, each level is harder than the last. The castle tests his strength, intelligence, and determination. By the time he reaches the upper floors, he is no longer the weak hunter from the beginning. He has become a force of nature. Baru. Eventually, one of the most iconic enemies appears. Baru, a terrifying ant king possessing overwhelming strength. This monster is responsible for one of the deadliest disasters in hunter history. The battle is intense, fast, brutal, but Jin Woo wins. And then he does something unbelievable. He turns Baru into a shadow soldier. Suddenly, one of humanity's greatest threats becomes one of his most loyal allies. The truth about the gates. As the story continues, Jin Woo uncovers the truth behind the gates. The monsters, the system, the awakenings. Everything is connected to an ancient cosmic conflict. Humanity has unknowingly become caught in a war between godlike beings, the rulers and the monarchs. These entities possess power beyond imagination, and Earth is their battlefield. The monarchs. The monarchs seek destruction, chaos, extinction. Their goal threatens all life on Earth. One by one, they reveal themselves. Each is stronger than almost any hunter alive. And Jin Woo discovers something shocking. The Shadow Monarch's power originally belonged to one of these ancient beings. The system was preparing him all along. Becoming the true Shadow. Monarch. Eventually, Jin Woo learns the complete truth. He wasn't chosen randomly. Everything that happened was part of a larger plan. The previous Shadow Monarch saw potential in him. The system was designed to prepare his body, to make him worthy of inheriting unimaginable power. And when that power fully awakens, Sung Jin Woo becomes the true Shadow Monarch, not a human borrowing strength, the genuine successor. The final war. The final conflict is enormous. Monarchs invade Earth, cities fall, hunters die. Entire nations face destruction. Humanity stands on the edge of extinction. And at the center of it all is Sung Jin Woo. Alongside his ever-growing shadow army, he fights enemies capable of ending worlds. The battles become larger than anything seen earlier in the story. What started as a tale about a weak hunter has transformed into a war for the fate of existence itself. The ending. In the end, Jin Woo faces impossible choices. Victory comes with a cost. Power alone cannot solve everything. To protect humanity, he ultimately takes actions that reshape the future. His journey comes full circle. The weakest hunter in the world becomes its greatest protector. A legend, a king, the Shadow Monarch. Conclusion. And that's why solo leveling became such a massive phenomenon. It combines incredible action, satisfying character growth, powerful enemies, and one of the most addictive power fantasy stories in modern anime. Watching Sung Jin Woo go from the weakest hunter alive to a godlike warrior is what makes the series so unforgettable. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know which solo leveling battle is your favorite. Until next time, keep leveling up.